My name is Sydney, and I spent 28 years being invisible in my own family. My sister Madison was the golden child, the pretty one, the successful one, the one my parents paraded around at every holiday gathering. Me? I was the afterthought. "Sydney, move over so we can get a good photo of Madison," Mom said at Thanksgiving dinner last year, shoving me aside. "Mom, I'm standing right here," I said quietly. "Oh, honey, you know Madison photographs better. Just step back a bit." That was my life. Every achievement I had was dismissed, every milestone overlooked. Madison got a new car for her college graduation. I got a gift card to Target. Madison's apartment? Mom and Dad covered her rent for 3 years. My apartment? I worked 2 jobs to afford it. But Grandma Rose saw everything. She was the only one who called me regularly, who remembered my birthday, who actually listened when I talked. "Don't let them make you feel small, Sydney," Grandma told me during one of our weekly coffee visits. "You're worth more than they'll ever understand." "Grandma, I just wish they'd notice me once," I admitted. "They will, sweetheart. Trust me on that," she said with a knowing smile. When Grandma passed away 6 months ago, I was devastated. Madison barely showed up to the funeral, too busy with her important marketing job to mourn properly. "This is so inconvenient," Madison complained at the reception. "I had a client meeting scheduled." "Your grandmother just died," I snapped. "Oh, please, Sydney, don't be so dramatic. Grandma lived a long life. We should celebrate, not cry." I walked away before I said something I'd regret. Mom rushed over to comfort Madison, of course. "Don't upset your sister, Sydney," Dad warned me. "You know she's sensitive." Sensitive. Right. Madison was as sensitive as a sledgehammer. 3 weeks after the funeral, I got a call from Mr. Harrison, Grandma's lawyer. "Sydney, I need you to come to my office next Friday at 2 o'clock for the reading of your grandmother's will," he said. "Of course, Mr. Harrison. I'll be there." "Good. Your parents and Madison will be there as well. I think, well, just be prepared." His tone was strange, almost amused. I didn't understand what he meant. When I told my parents about the meeting, Madison's face lit up. "Finally," she said. "Grandma had that huge house in Riverside and all those investments. Mom, we should start planning what to do with the property." "Madison, the will hasn't been read yet," I said. "Oh, Sydney, we all know Grandma left everything to me. I was her favorite granddaughter." I bit my tongue. Favorite? Madison visited Grandma maybe twice a year, always asking for money. I was there every week, helping with groceries, taking her to doctor's appointments, just sitting and talking. "Let's not count chickens before they hatch," Dad said, but he was smiling at Madison. "Dad, seriously, who else would she leave it to? Sydney?" Madison laughed. "No offense, sis, but Grandma knew I'd actually appreciate her estate. You'd probably just sell everything." "I wouldn't do that," I protested. Sure, Madison waved me off. "Anyway, I'm thinking we could renovate that house and flip it. Could make at least $2 million. Mom was already making plans with her. Nobody asked what I thought. Nobody ever did. But that was about to change. The days leading up to the will reading were torture. Madison talked non-stop about her inheritance plans. "I'm going to quit my job," she announced at family dinner. "With Grandma's money, I won't need to work anymore." "That's wonderful, honey," Mom gushed. "You've worked so hard." I stayed silent, pushing food around my plate. 2 days before the meeting, my phone rang. It was Mr. Harrison again. "Sydney, can you come to my office? Alone. Today, if possible." "Is something wrong?" I asked. "Not wrong, just, there are some things you should know before Friday." I drove to his office that afternoon. Mr. Harrison was a kind-looking man in his 60s, with silver hair and gentle eyes. "Sydney, please sit down." He gestured to a chair. "I wanted to speak with you privately because your grandmother made very specific arrangements." "What kind of arrangements?" He pulled out a thick folder. Rose was very clear about her wishes. She left detailed instructions, and she anticipated there might be conflict. "Conflict about what?" Mr. Harrison smiled. "Sydney, your grandmother left her entire estate to you. The house, the investments, her savings, everything. It totals approximately $3.8 million. I couldn't breathe. "What?" "But Madison said—" Madison assumed, but Rose was very specific. She watched how each of you treated her over the years. She saw who genuinely cared and who only came around when they needed something.
"My parents are going to lose their minds," I whispered.
"There's more," Mr. Harrison continued. "Your grandmother also documented several instances where Madison manipulated situations to her advantage. Rose hired a private investigator 6 months before she died." He opened the folder and showed me photos, text messages, recorded phone calls. "This conversation," he pointed to a transcript, "is Madison talking to your father about convincing Grandma to update her will. She wanted to be made the sole beneficiary." I read through the evidence. Madison had told my parents that I was taking advantage of Grandma, that I was only visiting to secure my inheritance. She'd tried to poison them against me. "Why would she do this?" I asked. "Greed, Sydney. Plain and simple. Madison saw your grandmother's estate as her retirement plan. She never considered that Rose might recognize true loyalty versus manipulation." "What happens on Friday?" "The truth comes out. Your grandmother wanted it done publicly, with your family present. She wanted Madison to understand that actions have consequences." "Mr. Harrison, I don't know what to say." "Say you'll honor your grandmother's wishes. She believed in you, Sydney. She told me you were the only one who loved her for herself, not for what she could provide." I left his office in a daze. That evening, Madison called me.
"Sydney, I've been thinking. After I inherit Grandma's estate, I'll give you something. Maybe 50,000. You've been struggling financially, right?"
Her condescension was breathtaking. "That's generous of you, Madison."
"I mean, family is family. And you did visit Grandma a lot, even though it was kind of weird how much time you spent there."
"Weird?"
"Yeah, like, what did you two even talk about? Grandma was so old-fashioned. I could barely stand our visits."
"Right," I said slowly. "Well, we'll see what happens on Friday."
"Oh, it's not really a mystery," Madison laughed. "But sure, I guess there could be some small surprises. Maybe she left you her jewelry box or something cute like that."
"Maybe," I agreed. I couldn't wait for Friday. Friday arrived. We gathered in Mr. Harrison's conference room, me, Madison, Mom, and Dad. Madison wore designer clothes and a confident smile.
"This shouldn't take long," she said, checking her phone. "I have a spa appointment at 4.
"Madison, please put your phone away," Mr. Harrison said firmly. "This is a legal proceeding."
"Fine, fine,"
she rolled her eyes. Mr. Harrison opened the will.
"I, Rose Margaret Chen, being of sound mind and body, do hereby declare this my last will and testament."
"Get to the good part," Madison whispered to Mom. Mr. Harrison's eyes narrowed.
"To my granddaughter Madison, I leave the sum of $1 to be paid immediately upon my death."
Silence. Complete
Absolute silence. What? Madison's voice cracked. That's a joke, right? Some weird legal thing before the real inheritance? No joke, Mr. Harrison continued. To my beloved granddaughter Sydney, who showed me genuine love and companionship, who visited me weekly without expectation of reward, who held my hand during chemotherapy appointments that no one else attended. I leave my entire estate. What? Madison shot to her feet. That's insane! Grandma wouldn't do that. Sit down, Ms. Chen, Mr. Harrison said coldly. Dad, do something! Madison turned to our father. This will is obviously fake. Sydney must have manipulated Grandma. Actually, Mr. Harrison pulled out the investigator's folder. It was you who attempted manipulation. Your grandmother documented everything. He slid photos across the table. This is you meeting with your parents, claiming Sydney was taking advantage of Rose. These are text messages where you encouraged your parents to pressure Rose into changing her will. I was protecting Grandma, Madison sputtered. This recording, Mr. Harrison pressed play, is you telling your friend, and I quote, I'm draining that old lady's bank account the second she kicks it. Sydney's too stupid to know what's happening. My mother gasped. Madison's face went white. You said that? I asked quietly. I was joking. God, Sydney, don't be so sensitive. There are 12 more recordings, Mr. Harrison continued. Phone calls to creditors, attempts to access Rose's accounts, even a consultation with a lawyer about declaring Rose mentally incompetent. Madison, how could you? Mom's voice trembled. Oh, please, Mom. Don't act surprised. You always told me I deserved everything. You said Sydney was the disappointment. I never said that, Mom protested weakly. You absolutely did, Madison shouted. You all made me think I was special, that Aaron deserved more. And now you're going to side with boring, pathetic Sydney? That's enough, Dad said, but his voice lacked conviction. Mr. Harrison stood. Sydney, the estate is yours. The house deed, investment portfolios, and bank accounts will be transferred within 30 days. Your grandmother also left you letters explaining her decisions. This isn't over, Madison hissed at me. I'll contest this. I'll sue. On what grounds? Mr. Harrison asked. Your grandmother was evaluated by 3 separate doctors and declared mentally competent. The will is ironclad. Furthermore, any attempt to contest will result in legal action for harassment, and I have enough evidence of your fraudulent activities to make your life very difficult. Madison grabbed her purse. You're all going to regret this. Sydney, you stole my inheritance. No, Madison, I said calmly. I earned Grandma's love. You just expected it to be handed to you. She stormed out, slamming the door. Mom and Dad sat frozen. We should go, Dad finally said. They left without looking at me. I sat alone with Mr. Harrison, trembling. You did well, he said kindly. Rose would be proud. 3 days later, I was at Grandma's house when the doorbell rang. It was my mother. Sydney, we need to talk, she said, stepping inside. Madison is devastated. Don't you care about your sister? Did Madison care about me when she called me pathetic? Mom flinched. She was upset. We think you should split the inheritance with Madison, 50-50. It's only fair. Fair? Where was fair when Madison got a new car and I got a Target gift card? That was different. How was it different? The doorbell rang again. Madison and Dad appeared. Sydney, I'm sorry, Madison said, tears streaming. I said terrible things. But we're sisters. Can't we work this out? I'll take just 40%. No, I said simply. What do you mean, no? Madison's tears stopped instantly. Sydney, be reasonable. I am being reasonable. Grandma left me this estate because I loved her. You saw her as a bank account. I played one of Mr. Harrison's recordings. Madison's voice filled the room. I'm draining that old lady's bank account the second she kicks it. Dad's face crumbled. Madison, is that really you? I was joking, Madison screamed. It's not funny, I said. It's cruel. Sydney, honey, Mom tried again. Madison made mistakes, but what? But I should give her millions anyway? So you can all go back to treating me like I'm invisible? We never did that, Dad said weakly. Really? Name one achievement of mine you celebrated. Silence. I graduated with honors. You missed it from Madison's work presentation. I got promoted. You forgot to acknowledge it. I ran a marathon. You didn't come because Madison had brunch. We're your parents, Mom whispered. We love you. You love the daughter you wish I was. The one who'd hand over her inheritance to make Madison happy. This money is tearing our family apart, Dad said. No, Dad. This money is revealing what our family always was. Madison's face twisted with rage. You're going to regret this, Sydney. I'll tell everyone. Go ahead, I interrupted. Tell people Grandma left me her estate because I actually spent time with her. See how sympathetic they are? After everything we've done for you, Mom said. What have you done for me, Mom? One thing. She couldn't answer. Get out, I said quietly. All of you. This is my house now. Grandma wanted me to have it, and I'm not giving it away. Sydney, Madison started. Out, or I'll call the police for trespassing. They left. Madison slammed the door. The next week, Mr. Harrison called. Madison tried to hire a lawyer to contest the will, he said. 3 firms turned her down after reviewing the evidence. Also, Rose left you a letter. I read it with shaking hands. Grandma explained she'd watched my family treat me as less than for years. She said I earned the estate through loyalty and love, and I shouldn't let anyone guilt me into sharing with people who never appreciated me. Build the life you deserve, sweetheart, she wrote. I sold the Riverside house for $2.1 million and bought a beautiful downtown condo. I invested the rest, quit my stressful job, and started my dream photography business. Madison sends angry emails monthly. I delete them without reading. Mom calls occasionally about reconsidering. I haven't. Dad sent a birthday card last month, the first in 5 years. I don't hate them. I just don't need their approval anymore. Grandma taught me the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's living well without people who never valued you. Have you ever been the invisible child in your family, only to have karma serve justice in the end? What would you have done in my situation? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.